What's up, guys? The whole reason I started doing this is because your girl has a gentle mental, and what I mean by that is that I ruminate, I think a lot, and this is not going to be a story time. This is just going to be a, out on the table, because one of the things that hurt me the most about my situation is that I was so giving and I was so supportive and I was such a little builder, and he, and I found out this a little bit more today, he would take this other girl on trips, and then the next day, when I say trips, I'm like down to San Diego, down to San Francisco. I mean, like, he's not taking her on trips, like, let's be real. But he would take her on these things, and then like the next day he would text me, "Oh, we need to work it out. We need to be together." And like I have something else going on where I had to go through like all of our old text messages, and I just look and I'm like, every time this man would, I would see like they would go on like a trip or whatever, they would go somewhere, and then the next he would come over and tell me, I love you, and we need to work it out, and why are we, it was just like, that shit is always going to be a tough one for me to swallow. But like, I think when I met him, he was just in such a low financial space that I still wanted to do things because I was in a different financial space. So it's like, I would take him with me. Like, I would pay for hotels. I would take him places. Like, and I could see, like, when I met him, he was in such a low space. Like, not just financially, but like emotionally. Like, he was just so like depressed. And like, I could just see the impact I was having on this man, going from, nothing to something. And then as soon as he, got his confidence up or got his money up, he's taking some other girl on a trip and taking somebody else on a vacation. And, that shit fucks at me. Like, that really, that hits my heart in ways that I don't know if I'll ever be the same, And I'm not trying to woe is me, but like, that is one of the things that is so hard to accept, is that you could be everything to someone but nothing to them, really, right? And so I think that if I could give anybody any advice, it's just like, make sure people earn it. Make sure they earn your love. Make sure they own your respect. Make sure they own your they earn your love. Because if you are like a person like me that, like, when you go in, that's valuable. It could change someone's life. It could get them out of depression. It can get them out of financial mess. It could help them build a business. Like, so you are valuable. You know what I mean? You bring light into darkness. And you cannot let people just have that, You can't. Like, things that are valuable need to be rare. And that is the part of me that is struggling so hard, because, like, I do know, like, what I bring to the table. I do know my value. I do know that I am, like, on a different level as a woman. But because I gave myself so low to somebody, and he did that too, like, I struggle with feeling like I'll ever be able to be with someone better, because I don't feel worthy, because it's like, how dare I, like, go to somebody and be like, hey, I'm worth this and that and the other, when I just let somebody, like, really just rock my shit. Like, this man rocked my shit, rocked my finances, rocked my mental, rocked my freaking self-worth. He rocked my shit, and I'm getting over it, but I'm gonna be honest with you, and I think some days I'm like, let me just tell you a story and let's laugh. And then some days I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just want answers, and I want, like, it to make sense, and I want to understand, like, why somebody could do me so dirty. Like, so dirty. Like, there's never anyone on this planet that has done me dirtier than this man. Like, this is the this is the reminder. This is, I don't know. And I know there's a bigger like plan or bigger message in this or bigger lesson. Because I had to learn self-worth. I'm learning self-worth, boundaries, saying no, not being overgiving, not making somebody, like, giving them this persona or this identity before they earn it. I think that I I saw him as something I wanted him to be. I saw glimpses and pieces of him, and I thought, I could work with this. I could make this better. And, because that's what I do for a living. I like to make things better. I like to make them, I like to see people believe in themselves. I like to see people be better people. I like to see my imprint on things. And, so what I saw him to be, or what I thought he could be, I created that as him, and it wasn't him. It was me. It was who I thought he was. And when I think about what I'm mourning, it's like, I'm mourning the investment or what I thought I could make of the situation. I'm not really mourning the person. The person was a liar. He's a cheater. He's a scammer. He doesn't have integrity. He doesn't have values. He manipulates. That's him. I just, I'm over here crying over, I lost Prince Charming. Oh my God, I lost the love of my life. No, you lost a tumor, and now you can be cancer-free and go live your life. And, just doing this does make me feel better. And I really appreciate you guys for watching and sticking with me and, supporting me and helping my little channel grow. And, it's not easy being transparent. It's not easy telling your story. It's not easy. I just appreciate everyone that supported me. And, thank you.